Welcome back, fellow thrifters. We are back from our 2-week trip to St. Louis, and like I said in my last thrifting video, we did a lot of thrifting. St. Louis has so many thrift stores, and they have 2 Goodwill outlets, otherwise known as the bins, where they sell stuff by the pound. Oh, that's always so much fun. I've got a lot of stuff to show you. And I think I'm going to divide it between 2 videos, because if I did one, it would probably be over an hour. So I'm going to divide it between one video for the stuff I found at the bins and another video for the stuff I found at various regular thrift stores. So let's dive right in. First, from the bins, I found this adorable tiny tent. Look at that. That is so cute. It has little Velcro on the door. I got that from my IKEA alien. His name is Afton Sparv. And now he can go camping. That is so cute. And let's see. Got a bunch of stuff here. I did get some stuff to sell on eBay and some to keep, and I haven't completely decided what to keep and what to sell, but I'm going to show you everything anyway. Found an alligator head, taxidermied alligator head. I'm definitely going to sell that one. Found a unstuffed Jack Skellington Build-A-Bear. Gonna sell that one. I sell stuff on eBay. I like finding things from the bins where they're super cheap and selling stuff on eBay. Make a few dollars here and there. Pine straw basket with a little walnut shell in the middle. That's handmade. Those are really hard to make. I think these are so cute. These little rainbow articulated caterpillars. I love those. I'm 30 years old and I love these. Don't judge me. I found this gorgeous cup. Has the lid, has the straw. It screws off. It's really big. Has this pretty moon and stars pattern on it. The lighting's not all that good. Vintage McDonald's coffee cup. I saw one for $25 on eBay, so I'm going to try to sell that. Let's see. Yeah. Found a few Happy Meal toys still in their bags. A few from Elio, one from Space Jam, a Discovery little robot. All still in their bags. A random little case. Not sure what I'm going to use it for, but it looked like it would come in handy for something. I found 2 skeins of yarn. And that one's going to be fun to untangle. This vintage Bugs Life toy. He has bendable arms. I'm going to sell that one. That might be worth something. A nightgown that says, "Be a nice human." I'm going to keep that one because I think that'll fit me. A Girl Scout vest from, let's see, it had a date somewhere on it. Let me see. Well, there was a date somewhere on here. 2001 and 2002. And this I'm gonna sell. I have no use for this, but I grabbed it because it was still new in the packaging. Thought someone might want it. Sell that on eBay. That's all in the first bag. And like I said, I have a lot. Found these Bugs Life plushie toys. Thought those might be worth something. A plushie Scooby-Doo keychain that unzips. You can hide something in there. Couple of tie beanies. Everybody loves tie beanies. I thought I could sell those on eBay. One Direction Christmas ornament. Still with the tag on. Let's see, Hallmark Frosty Friends ornament from 1982. Keepsake ornament. I looked this up on Google Lens, and there are several of these listed on eBay for anywhere from $70 to $120. Found that at the bins where they charge by the pound. So it's very lightweight. So with can't talk today. With them charging by the pound, this was almost nothing. Just a few cents. I found a handful of Pokemon cards. We always find at least one Pokemon card. If you're willing to dig down to the bottom of the bins, you're gonna find some neat little stuff. I love digging down to the bottoms of the bins to find all the little neat stuff that everybody else just seems to overlook in their haste to find stuff. I dig down and I find stuff. Got some vintage cat cutouts from the Strong Museum. They're dated 1986. If I'm not mistaken, the Strong Museum is a toy museum, like vintage toys. It sounds very familiar, like I might have heard of it on Mysteries at the Museum. Vintage toys. I bet this came from their gift shop. Some vintage cat cutouts. I found Mr. Krabs' first dollar. I hope he doesn't come hunt me down. Got some vintage postcards, handful of them. Another thing I collect is vintage postcards. What the hell is that? Cave, I reckon. Love vintage postcards. Hot Wheels still in the box. Gonna try to sell that one. Some vintage magnetic picture frames, like you would stick them on your refrigerator and put a picture in there. I haven't opened it, but I guess I can now. Let's see what all's in here. It's in a Ziploc baggie, and the zipper thingy is missing. Well, I might open it and I might not. I'm just going to tear into it. These are adorable. I might hang on to these. When I first grabbed them, I initially thought about selling them, but now that I open it and see how cute they are, I think I might hold on to these. They look like 80s or maybe early. Oh, that is so pretty. Look at the butterflies. Oh, I love that. Yeah, these are 80s or early 90s. Snoopy. These are so cute. I think I'm going to hang on to these. And this trip, I got the idea that I might make some cute little goodie / random grab bags with different themes to sell on eBay, like different small toys, just do different themes for little goodie bags. And I grabbed a bunch. I'll show you in a minute. There's a box full over here of small toys and stuff that I grabbed to put in goodie bags. But this is also something I grabbed to put in a goodie bag. Some little stencils. Aren't those adorable? And some vintage shelf paper. This is, doesn't have a date on it, but I found 4 of this same print. Thought somebody might like that. Somebody who likes vintage stuff. Found one that's watermelon and berries, and one that's mushrooms. I think I'm going to keep those mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I think I'm going to keep those. And fly swatter with an extendable handle so you can slap them things. It's called a sweet swat. Sweet swat. And this, oh my goodness. I have never seen Lisa Frank anything at the bins. I looked this up. I couldn't, oh wait, I did find an exact match. One of these sold for $40 on Poshmark. You open it up. I used to have some of these. I had several of these when I was growing up with different pictures on them. The address book portion has not been used. The notebook portion, as far as I can tell, has not been used. Like, it doesn't look like there's any pages missing. And what's there has not been used. It still has the original ink pen. It does have a few stickers missing, but most of them are there. And the calculator, unfortunately, does not work. But it's like 95% intact. There's hardly any scuffs on it or anything. Look at that. I looked up a whole bunch of Lisa Frank stuff, and that shit is expensive these days. Whew, I should have hung on to more of my Lisa Frank stuff from when I was younger. I had a lot of it. And this camelback pouch. I thought that might be handy for hiking or something, or maybe camping. Unrolls, and it's got all these pockets. Well, yeah. How do you get into that one? It unzips up here. Okay, there we go. The other zipper blended in and I couldn't find it for a minute. It's got 3 zip pockets and you can roll it up. And it has little snaps on the outside. Thought that was neat. And here is some vintage greeting cards. They're unopened, still sealed. Vintage, like from they look like from the 80s. Yeah, 1982. There's a date on the bottom. Unopened. Try to sell that on eBay. Ziploc baggie full of Post-it notes. I might could use that in my collage making. A sunflower backpack. Tiny sunflower backpack. I love sunflowers. A vintage cloisonne mug. This is another thing I looked up on eBay. This is part of a set, like a tiny tea set. It had, I think, 4 mugs and a teapot. And the set of 4 mugs was something like $60. One of those. Found that at the bins. Again, very cheap. Found a vintage pill case from Branson, Missouri. Gonna sell that. And a Campbell's soup thermos. I've already got a couple of these that I'm gonna keep to actually use, but I grabbed this one because it was in decent shape and I'm gonna try to sell it. Something about Campbell's soup, I just love. It's cute. Looky there. I love Campbell's soup anyway, but the can is cute. Looky there. A intact Woobles crochet kit. I think I'm going to hang on to this one and try to learn to crochet better and make me a tiny little penguin. That's so cute. And a package of diamonds from one of those diamond paintings. I couldn't find the rest of the kit. This was just laying there in the bins like this. But I could sell that on eBay. Here is a Frog Togs water bottle with a cooling towel. Still in the packaging, brand new. With the original $12.99 price tag on it. Another eBay find. Or something to sell on eBay. I didn't find it on eBay. And these cute little measuring spoons. If the camera will focus, they say smidgen and a dash and a pinch. A smidgen, a dash, and a pinch. And it has a little hook to hang them on. Those are so cute. I love those. And a cowboy boot bottle opener. A vintage Muppets Christmas ornament. It says the ink is kind of smudged, 1983 maybe, or 1988. The ink is kind of smudged. I can't really make it out. But vintage Muppets Christmas ornament. Hello. I could sell that on eBay. And a cute little Donald Duck Lego keychain. And some, let's see, some feminist magnets. The best protection any woman can have is courage. And Mr. President, how long must women wait for liberty? And another one says the same thing, but it has a different picture on it. Found some earbuds, AirPod, or not AirPods because they're not Apple brand, but earbuds, wireless earbuds, still in the box with the original $14.99 price tag on the top. I might sell those and I might not. I'm extremely wary of losing one of the AirPods, or like I reach up to scratch my ear or something and one of them falls out and I lose it. I'm undecided on that one. How the hell does anybody keep up with those things? They're asking to be lost. I don't know if I'm gonna keep those or sell those yet. But anyway, here's a vintage fondue fork set, still in the original box. All the pieces are there. I'm gonna try to sell that one on eBay. And this is not a box of macaroni and cheese. I did not buy a box of Kraft mac and cheese at the bins. This is a game. Initially I did think that they had a box of Kraft mac and cheese at the bins, and it would not be the most unusual thing I've ever seen at the bins. But it's a game. It has cards, noodles, a Cheezosaurus Rex mover, and dice. I've never heard of this game, but it looked neat. It appears to have, oops. It appears to have all the pieces there. I haven't taken everything out of the box, but it looks like everything is there. And making bacon. Salt and pepper shakers. I've got a set of these. They look a little bit better than these. I think I found them at a thrift store several years ago. I can't remember where, but they look a little bit better than these. But I've found these at the bins. Both of them are in the box, and I just could not resist those. If they brought a smile to my face, and I thought if I could list them on eBay, they might bring a smile to someone else's face. Oh, that squeak. Ah. Making bacon. Those are so cute. I think shit like that's funny. And does anybody remember these business cards from the mid to late 90s? I remember my parents used to have some of these. My mom made a ton of stuff for a Christmas craft fair several years in a row, and she printed out her like the prices, her name, phone number, what have you, on these business cards, and put a little tag on each thing that she made. These bring back so many memories, like late 90s nostalgia. I was born in 94, and I remember these. We used these on our super old computer before we ever had internet. It was one of those big computers that had the box on the back. It was Windows 97, I think. and we use these, but they're still new, wrapped up in the package. Looky there. And let's see, a box of washi tape. Got a glare on the packaging, but that's a big box of washi tape. This I have not completely opened. It's some kind of tent. I only unzipped it to see what was in there, but I haven't taken all of it out and set it up yet. So it's the mystery tent. We don't know exactly what it looks like, but when we do set it up to see what it looks like, I might do another video on it. Do a video about the mystery tent. The mystery tent from the bins. And oh, come back here. Found a beach umbrella. We needed this a few months ago. We made a few trips to the beach and did not have an umbrella. So now we have one for next summer. And Ari actually found this one for me. That's my boyfriend. His name's Ari. He found this at the bins and brought it over to me. Let's see, I taped it up so stuff wouldn't spill out on the way home. Oh, come on. This is a shoebox full of small toys and Barbie accessories. I went through the whole thing and separated out the Barbie accessories, and it nearly filled up a gallon Ziploc baggie of Barbie accessories, and the rest is like random small toys. A few of these I looked up and they're worth a little bit of money. I found, let's see, where is it? This is a little salon chair for a doll. This is, I saw a listing for it on eBay for about $18. And there's a little hairdryer that goes with it. The hairdryer was not in the listing on eBay, so I might be able to get a little more for it for the set. There's a few more things in here. I'm not going to take everything out and show everything because we would be here all afternoon. But there's a few more things in here that I'm definitely going to try to sell, like some My Little Pony and stuff like that. I might get a few dollars for. I think I'm going to hang on to this bag of Barbie accessories. I've always loved Barbie accessories. I've still got nearly every Barbie accessory from when I was younger. And this, this box, I don't think I'm going to take every single thing out and show you, but this is more little stuff that I grabbed that I thought would make neat goodie bags, like just random little stuff, little small toys. There's stuff like that that I thought would make someone smile. Make a little goodie bag and sell on eBay. I thought that would be neat. I just like putting together goodie bags. I've always loved putting together goodie bags. I found several bars of unopened soap, like handmade soap, still all wrapped up, ready to use. And these are so much fun. Little fidget. Another Thai beanie. His name is Scorch. Scorch the Dragon. Woo! This is just a little peek at this box full of random little toys that I'm going to try to make goodie bags out of and hopefully make a few dollars on eBay. Buzz Lightyear, Buzz in his ship. There's one of socks too. Looky there, they're a pair. Socks and Buzz. Woo! And a Dipper figure from Gravity Falls. Let's see, just random little things. And some of them are still in their packages, some are not. I just grabbed stuff that I thought would make a neat goodie bag. And that about wraps up what I found at the bins. Like I said, a whole bunch of neat stuff. Hopefully I can make a few dollars on eBay with some of this stuff. On to the next one.